What's going on, Jabronis? Welcome to another episode of Jabroni Sports.
Hey.
I am your host, AJ Firstenau. You can find me on most forms of social media at AJ FUERSTENAU.
I am Gonzo, and you can catch me online at Gonzo1323.
And I am Tom Hanks. You can find me at Tom Hanks on Twitter and look me up on Facebook.
That's not true. Your name isn't Tom Hanks. We've been over this.
Pretty sure my name is Tom Hanks.
You are not Tom Hanks.
He does sign all his documents at the end. Hanks.
I thought he just marked him with an X. I wasn't sure.
Every time I've signed my name, I've been writing Tom Hanks this whole time.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but I think you might be Johnny Matuano.
Is that why people
at G-Baby LaFleur?
Is that why people have been calling me that?
You're wasting time. You could have got followers.
Yeah, I'd say just now Tom Hanks is going to gain another 5 followers. Way to go. Way to just blow your chance.
He deserves it.
He does. Tom deserves it. That's true. All right, so today's episode, we're going to do a little NBA draft preview. A lot of interesting rumors around the NBA at the moment. And we're also going to delve into the World Cup. We're through the first round of games and one game into the second circuit here. So we'll dive into that a little bit. But before we get into that, boys, what's going on?
I don't know. Johnny, you got no label on your San Pellegrino over there. Are you trying not to give free publicity?
Yeah, no free publicity, but you just shouted out San Pellegrino.
Well, there's a bottle in front of you empty that says San Pellegrino as well.
That's just there for post-game interviews when they put something on the table and they don't really drink it.
But you're also drinking the same thing. You have 2 bottles.
Well, you can't have 2 bottles of San Pellegrino. That's extra promotion.
A little overkill.
Yeah, it's a little overkill.
People are like, no way is he drinking 2
What
bottles.
if in post-game interviews they just had Gatorades lined up across the whole table?
Isn't that basically what they do?
They have one. They have one per person. They don't have a full
but sometimes
line.
Sometimes there'll be 6 people getting interviewed, so it's basically Gatorades lined up down the table.
It's just put a case of Gatorades right there on the podium there.
Just coming and dropping a 24-pack of Gatorades. Thud. Just in the middle of the interview.
Just like a cooler that's on the 9th hole of a golf course with the little fucking
with the
paper
paper cups.
Yeah.
The cylinder.
Yeah, the tornado-looking paper cup.
It just got it.
Don't you dare set this fucker down.
As they're doing the interview, they're squirting in their little paper cones.
You have to drink it immediately because it's going to start disintegrating in your hand as soon as you fill it with the liquid.
Paper cups are the worst. Paper cones are even worse.
Paper cones?
Cones.
They're still cups, though, aren't they?
I mean, yeah,
but they're in cone shape.
Yeah.
It's probably the worst form of cup.
I'd say they barely fit the definition because, like you alluded to, Johnny, you can't set them down.
No, you can't set them down.
It's one of the basic functions of a cup.
And they're gone within 10 seconds, so you better quickly drink whatever you got.
Keep something in them.
You can until it starts eroding from the inside.
Well, I mean, they're not that big for a reason.
That's true.
Now, you're not walking around at
Six
Flags holding onto a cone cup.
They know that if you're golfing, you're not really exerting that much energy. You don't need a lot of water. You can just stay slightly hydrated.
And this way, you control how much. I think it's how much you can control your drink because it's so small that if you're really thirsty, you're going to keep filling it up. But if you're not that thirsty, you're going to be like, fuck it.
Yep. And it's ridiculous if you're sitting there filling up that same tiny paper cup 6-7 times.
Oh, I've done it.
Eventually, the people are going to be like, all right, the group behind
you guys can play through.
Yeah.
I'm getting water.
You can play through. My hydration is more important than my round of golf, thank you.
Have you ever just stared someone in the eyes when you're golfing and they're waiting for you to go and you're just washing your ball all slowly, in the little machine?
Oh, yeah, all the time, of course.
Can't say I've ever done. It's a power move, though.
And they're waiting for you to stand on the tee.
I got to have a clean ball out here. I can't be hitting all over with a dirty ball. This title is number 1.
I actually do it when I'm playing with a group of 5 other guys and there's one guy behind us. Don't let him through. Just sit there watching the ball. Everybody's got to watch their ball as he's sitting there.
That's how fights start, I think. That's how violence on the golf course begins.
Right in the eyes.
Have you ever played speed golf?
Like golf on speed?
No.
Or you have to golf really fast?
Really fast.
How fast do you have to run up to your ball and hit it?
I mean,
do you have time to change clubs?
It's even better if you can just hit it from your golf cart while it's still moving.
Oh, you don't have a cart.
Oh,
no cart?
Oh,
I think it should be with a cart, so it's like polo.
Yeah.
Just running around hitting the ball.
That
golf
would be
cart
actually
polo.
fun. But no, I played with Shane D one time.
Oh, yeah.
And we were trying to, we got in for cheap because it was 6:30 and it was about to go dark because the end of summer. Mm-hmm. And Shane's like, dude, we can make it at least 9 holes, maybe 10. And I'm like, okay. So we're going, and every shot he just hits it, and he just sprints towards his ball. Not even waits for the next person to fucking go. He's to his ball.
I don't think you'd even wait to see where his ball went.
No.
Like,
I mean,
Let's do it. There it goes.
he just knew the general direction, so he would just kind of hustle
and then,
after
and
that.
then you smack it. You just keep playing that way.
I mean, if he had a cart, he probably would have been even quicker. He doesn't need to sprint to
But dude,
his ball.
Shady D was trying to save a buck. I can't blame
Yeah, I
him.
can't blame him for that.
Bro, they said $4 all you can golf. We got 48 minutes. All right, let's make it count.
And you get a better exercise if you're running to the ball every time.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. It's more of a full body workout than your typical round of golf.
Did he ever chase after the geese?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you
For
got to
sure.
do that. Maybe throw your club at him.
It's a power
Yeah.
move. Yeah. Assert your dominance, you know.
I've hit a goose with the club once. I felt bad afterwards.
You hit it with a club? I think
What?
I don't know if you should be admitting that.
No, I threw a club at it and like bounced off its back, and I was like, man, and then it walked
You
away.
threw a club at a goose?
Yeah, I threw a club at a goose.
You shouldn't. No.
It
Come
wasn't
on.
like violently. It was like a toss. I didn't try to like kill him. But
Why?
it was,
Still, why would you throw a club at a goose?
he was standing like in the way. I was like, get out of there, and I just tossed the club at him and just bounced off him.
Today we
Like
learned
I wasn't like swinging my club at him.
Today we learned Johnny has one of the warning signs for serial killers.
Yeah.
Like violent cruelty to animals.
Well, it was just a nice little toss.
Just
He
a
didn't
nice
get
little
hurt.
toss?
It was the stick of the club that hit him right in the back. Kind of
The
bounced
stick
off
of the
him.
club?
The shaft.
There you go. He still had another wing. He didn't need both of them. That's fine.
He was fine.
What?
I think I have to steer you away from here before Johnny self-incriminates any further.
Yeah, I'm sorry. We got off track talking golf stories.
That's okay.
Should have heard about the one time with the squirrel.
Moving on.
Just kidding. Just kidding. It was a joke. I'm not like
It's
that.
too far already, though.
Yeah, let's say we're past the point of humor here. This is serious business.
Come on, we gotta edit this part of the podcast out. You realize, everything
yeah.
we're saying now is just throwaway.
This
You're
is
right.
this is all just filler.
Like, you can't go on record admitting that.
And welcome to our next episode of Jabroni Sports.
Here we are, and we are going to begin the show with definitely nothing was said previous to this. We're going to discuss a little NBA draft.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, the draft takes place this Thursday evening, and it looks for all intents and purposes that the Suns are dead set on taking DeAndre Ayton at number one, the local product and recent Puma signee.
Yeah,
How about that?
That's pretty random.
Yeah,
Isn't Jay-Z at the head of Puma now?
Yeah, Jay-Z. All right, we're gonna get right into it.
yeah. Let's
All
dive
right.
in. Let's dive into the
No,
sneaker
they also
aspect.
signed. Who was it? Mahamba Bamba.
They I
Barack
don't
Obama?
believe, I don't
No,
know
who
if
did
I
I
saw that
say
one.
yesterday?
Barack Obama has a Puma deal?
Zaire Smith.
Zaire Smith. There's another guy. I think it's Mahamba Bamba.
Isn't that a
Could be.
country in Africa?
Mohammed Bamba.
Zaire.
Oh, Zaire is. It's not spelled the same, actually, but yes, Zaire
And
is.
it's not anymore. It's Democratic Republic of the Congo. Get
That's
your
correct as
facts.
well. Yeah,
Get your
absolutely.
facts.
It's fun fact. But yeah,
Bagley. That's who they got.
Marvin
I'm sorry.
Bagley. That's a big one. Marvin Bagley. There's a really good chance he goes number two.
But
So
that's
a pretty.
Who was the other guy? Bahama Mama?
no, it wasn't.
Mohammed
It was
Bamba.
Zaire Smith, Marvin Bagley, and DeAndre Ayton.
So
Oh.
Puma likely will have the number 1 and 2 picks from this NBA draft.
crazy.
Which is a pretty loaded draft.
Big men don't sell shoes. Remember that.
Yep. And they're both going to be Puma athletes. Could you explain? Because I asked you earlier, how does Puma have this dump truck full of money to offer these prospects?
They got a lot of they make a lot of money in soccer across overseas.
Well,
Yeah. I also think that Rihanna's shoe line went crazy, and like they sell a lot of like they're in America. They're super geared towards women. Like and like they're not as heavy on the like casual men's shoes.
Do they have any big deals with any soccer players? Do we know? Or
You guys, that would be you more than I am.
I don't think they're more of an apparel company.
I
when
think
it
they
comes to
sponsor
soccer.
Italy.
Yeah, they're more of an apparel company. I can't think of them having like signature athletes for soccer, really.
Yeah.
So it's to me it's just really really random. Like it's kind of a blitz. Like right before the draft, Puma must have been extremely aggressive with these guys.
well, didn't Jay-Z buy it? Maybe it was
No,
like
Jay-Z's the president of basketball operations.
so. Maybe it was like let's do it. Like Puma's going to be a basketball shoe now. Let's sign some people.
Yeah, and they signed Clyde, which I didn't know
Drexler?
they didn't have it. Yeah, they signed Clyde Drexel to a lifetime deal. His shoe's like one of the most popular selling Pumas of all time.
Yep.
But I am surprised that he wasn't already signed to a lifetime deal.
Because they still were selling the Clyde.
They've been selling the Clyde since I was a kid.
Yeah,
like, it's been out since the 70s.
If you go to Puma, like there's always been the Clyde like available as a shoe. So
Suede Clyde.
he must have had been getting royalties or something on that this whole time. You'd
He had
imagine.
to. I don't know, maybe if his contract ran up, like, all right, Clyde.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so
Wow. Does he wear them out?
no. Have you ever seen how Clyde dresses?
No.
AJ?
No, not particularly.
But I assume he dresses nice.
Wait, who am I thinking of? Isn't Clyde the one who wears the crazy suits?
Clyde Drexler? I'm not sure.
Who wears the crazy suits though? With the like afro and like the goatee, like super like 70s are still alive.
Not sure.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I thought it was Clyde. I could be wrong.
Yeah, because Clyde wouldn't have been playing in the 70s, really.
Dr. J, maybe?
No, not Dr. J.
Bill Russell?
Damn it. No, Bill Russell is fucking the man, though.
Yeah.
God damn it. Now I brought something up. I thought for sure you guys would know.
No, I don't. The Clyde Drexler's fashion has never entered my frame of, like,
I think
thought.
I know who you're talking about, but
No,
I
that's not Clyde Drexler. All right, I know who Clyde Drexler is. He's
I was
bald.
say Clyde Drexler, yeah. Say,
All right, sorry. It took a second.
Okay, I was like, yeah. I'm like thinking of Clyde Drexler. I'm like, I don't think he's
Walt Frazier, I think.
Yeah, the Knicks announcer. Because he's
That's it. You got it. Walt Frazier.
Frazier, that's
Yeah,
for sure.
I don't know why I got him mixed up. I think I just 70s Pumas.
Clyde
Walt
Walt.
looks like he's still in the 70s, or Walt still looks like he's in the 70s.
Yeah,
Joe
absolutely.
Frazier. Joe
But
Frazier.
yeah, it's just very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Very interesting stuff.
It's-
But
Super. I'm excited to see what they do. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like if they're coming into this market, they know that they have to make a splash early. So I think it's more competition is always a good thing. I think from the consumer standpoint,
For
and
sure.
I think from the player standpoint too, it's good to have options. It's sort of good. It helps you at the negotiating table if there's a legitimate other group you can go to now, and that there's a precedent. Like these top two guys going there, if they have any amount of success, that like I said, it's a huge get for Puma this early.
yeah,
And then it's going to make it a lot easier for next year's guys to sign as well. If it's like, well, you know, Ayton did it and Bagley did it, and these guys are, you know, having success and they're going to have their own shoe with them right away. It's also a way for guys to get a signature shoe a lot earlier than they might under one of the other umbrellas.
unless it's one of the Chinese companies, because they give. I was looking the other day. Damn, I should have fucking wrote this down, but I did not know we were gonna have this conversation. Langston Galloway has a signature shoe with one of the companies over there.
Does he really?
Yeah.
He played in China for a bit, so I could see it.
Oh man, there's a couple other guys, but I was just like LG something. I'm like Langston Galloway.
Langston Galloway has a signature shoe. That's pretty great. Wonder if Marshawn Brooks does. He played in China for a while too. Wonder if my main man, Swag Brooks, got his own signature shoe.
Maybe they're taking off in China.
It's it's got to start somewhere. There's a lot of people. There's a big market there.
Isn't that where Starberries?
Yeah,
Starberries
I
started
mean,
off?
well,
Starberry
Starberry's
started
here.
here, man. It's Stephen Barry's.
Stephen
I'm
Barry's.
having this conversation about Stephen Barry's at work.
Oh, Stephen
and
Barry's,
somebody's
I
like
forgot
5
about
years
that
older
place.
than me and had no idea what it was.
Really?
And I'm like, really? Like no, what's Stephen Barry's?
They
Like,
must have been rich.
All right, here's their list of athletes for this company. It's called Q4.
Okay.
Etuan Moore,
Wow, Eton Moore.
What a
Okay.
signing.
Langston Galloway,
Sheesh.
Stars.
and Darren Collision.
I mean, those are superstar athletes. Those are big signature shoes to have. I
it is
mean,
big time.
yeah, they're probably moving units over in China.
Oh, yeah.
What can I say?
Definitely. Now that I know about that, I'm
Yeah.
gonna go buy a pair.
So, back to the basketball side of things for a second here. One of the deals that's been around consistently, to me makes absolutely no sense from one of the standpoints, is apparently the Suns have dangled the number one pick to San Antonio for Kawhi Leonard. This rumor won't go away, and also there's betting odds as far as like what team Kawhi will play for next, and the the Suns have consistently stayed in like the top 4 teams. Why would Phoenix make this deal? I don't understand this. I can't. There's virtually no chance he resigns with them.
He's got one year left.
Yes.
I mean, maybe if you can get like a guarantee from him, maybe not a guarantee, but like Kawhi, like if we're gonna trade for you, you got to stay with us. And if he's like, yeah, I'll stay with you, then it's worth it. Kawhi's a top 5 player.
I think that trade depends on if Kawhi agrees to stay somewhere. Because that's why he gave his list. Like, if he goes to the Lakers are fairly confident, and they
He'll
probably
resign.
have the ability to talk to him.
Yes.
Like, you're going to re-sign with us, right? Like,
Yeah. No, I would agree. I don't see, again, there's very little incentive for him to agree to anything at this point. It's in a situation where the player holds all the cards, basically.
does he have a no trade?
It's not a no trade, but if he doesn't want to resign there, it's 1 year and he's going elsewhere, you know?
Some
So-
teams might pay for that, though.
That's what I'm saying. The number one pick just seems like a very high price to pay for a rental to maybe make you a playoff team. Like the Suns weren't close. The Suns, I did not look at the Suns and I was like, they're one piece away.
I wouldn't, if I'm the Suns, I wouldn't want to do it just because I'm confused by the situation, and I would just want to keep my hands clear.
Absolutely, yeah. I think
it's Andrew Luck. Like, I know he's back. He looks great. But, like, I don't, like, I need to know what's going on. Like, maybe the owners have more knowledge than we have, which they obviously do. But, like, I feel like with this situation and the fucking what I just said with the fucking Colts.
Oh, Andrew Luck.
Andrew Luck. I don't know what's happening, so I don't want a part of it. I don't want to get something and the guy's upset and wants to leave in a year. Or I don't want to get something where the guy has a mysterious injury. Derrick Rose, too. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll pass it up.
My biggest issue is that if you do this, it just accelerates your timeline dramatically for 1 year, and then you're back to being what you were before this season happened.
Yeah. But what if he stays?
And it gives you I don't.
If he stays, where are you if you're the Suns? You're a middle-of-the-road team.
I was going to say,
you're not good enough to win it.
What's even the point then?
Precisely. That's my biggest issue.
I mean, don't get me wrong. You get a top 5 player. Kawhi's a great player. You get a top 5 player in the league. But
Top 5? Okay. All right.
Top 5, probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Top 5.
I don't know.
Offense and
I don't
defense.
know.
All right.
Combine offense and defense.
Definitely a top 5 two-way player. I mean,
I'd say he's a better
fair.
player than James Harden if you take all of it into account.
I mean, Kawhi was
He's one of the top. He's defensive player of the year.
Kawhi was in the conversation previous to this past season. To be fair, sure.
Yeah. But I don't know where he's at now.
That's a good point. We don't know, but you gotta assume he'll be back to his old form.
I don't like to assume things. That's how you spend fucking crazy money on Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, I just to me, like I said, to me it makes. I mean, if the Spurs can pull it off, it's a huge coup for them. I think it'd be a fantastic thing for them to kind of kickstart, like, not even a rebuild necessarily, because they're a playoff team essentially without him this past season. He played 5 games, So if you got to slot a number 1 pick into that,
the Spurs, it's a no-brainer.
right? This could be another instant plug in your next Tim Duncan for the next 12
How
years.
low do you think the Spurs accept a pick?
How low would they take for him? Anything. I mean, top 5. I think should probably get it done from their standpoint since he's made it.
So the Cavs couldn't.
I don't see a reason necessarily. I think you can get a pick from a top 5 pick. I don't know if you can. I mean,
maybe if they dwindle their they got 8, the Cavs
7
or 8.
Yeah,
Dwindle
7
that
because
down.
the Bulls are 8.
Larry Nance Jr.
Yeah, I don't.
And a pick.
Yeah,
Doesn't really do anything for me.
yeah. It depends how the draft falls. Because if there's a guy that we don't know and San Antonio's in love with, and they slide to number 7,
Yeah.
I mean that could change things. Because this draft is super deep. Honestly, there's I see different mocks, and usually by this point in the process, you kind of have the top 5 hammered out. I see other than 8 and at 1, I see different guys go at 2, 3, 4, 5 all the time in these things right now.
Yep.
So it's pretty interesting to me. One of those guys, Luka Doncic, seems like he could go 2, 3, 4, 5, anywhere in that neighborhood.
What's your opinion on him?
I like him. I'm a big fan.
Okay.
I think the things that he's done in the EuroLeague at the age that he's done them is incredible. I'd say that what he's done is better than he's dominated in a way that impresses me more than having a good college basketball season.
I guess I don't. Yeah, that's fair.
So
I guess.
I think
but
I'm pretty sure the EuroLeague champion would stomp the NCAA champion pretty handily.
True.
Most years,
But
because these
that-
are grown men playing professional basketball.
But that's different though because those guys are a team.
What do you, I mean, which they're both teams. What do you mean?
No. The guys who play in
It's not
Europe
like an
are
all-star team.
Are like teams though.
Yeah,
They work together. They play a regular.
So do college teams.
yeah,
College teams, the guys there are 1 year.
Well, that's if they're like superstars.
yeah.
But those are the guys that matter.
But if you're a good college basketball player, you're still going to play within the system for the year that you're there. There's
Yes.
no incentive for you to.
But I'm
not.
saying there's just less chemistry as opposed to guys that have been playing together for 5 years.
EuroLeague teams have a ton of turnover though. Like guys trying to get back to the States, guys moving to different leagues in Europe, guys like this that get drafted and then come over. So I mean, I don't know.
I would argue it's about the same.
Yeah, that's to me. Like I said, to me, I think it's very similar, and I think that dominating, being the EuroLeague MVP, being the EuroLeague playoffs MVP, being the best player on Real Madrid, which was the best team in Europe.
So
That's a really impressive thing. There's really no precedent for a guy this young being this good in that league.
what? Okay, but it reminds me of Nikola.
Nikola Mirotic?
Yes, he was
Yeah.
2-time MVP over there.
That's fair. But because Nikola Mirotic isn't a superstar, he like Doncic couldn't be. They're not very similar games. Like the
No,
games
but I'm
aren't
just
similar.
saying, like, I don't know if just because you're the MVP that makes you like, oh yeah, you're gonna be a star.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, fucking
Rudy Fernandez.
one of the greats.
He didn't turn out to be much. And
Rudy Fernandez was
huge
also like
but-
26 by the time he came over.
Yeah,
so it's
true.
a different situation.
Rudy Fernandez hated where he played,
Yeah,
though.
Rudy was dominating the EuroLeague when he was. Also, the EuroLeague's better now than when Rudy played, period. Like, it just is. But Rudy was like 23, 24, 25 years old when he was doing the things he was doing over there. Doncic has been doing it as a 17 and 18-year-old. That's, to me, that's the biggest thing, is the age at which he's been doing. The only question I have with him is that he's definitely he's not an explosive athlete. He's not super athletic. I think he has a great handle. I think he has exceptional vision. He's a good shooter. He understands team defense. There's a lot of positives. His athleticism is for sure going to be something that is a limiting factor for him.
And that's one thing that you can't teach. You can teach defense.
Can't teach that.
You can teach handles. You can't teach athleticism.
For sure. But, I mean, if he is a rich man's Tony Kukoc, that can be a very, very productive NBA career. That can be an all-star.
But is that a number 2 pick?
I don't know. I mean,
In this draft where, like, you potentially have guys that I've heard at, like, number 8 and shit can be, like, that's the guy.
but this could be the guy too.
Exactly.
You know, like I'm saying, he could go 2, he could go 3, 4, 5. Bagley could suck. I mean, Bagley.
I just heard he's not going to be able to guard point guards.
I don't think he is a point guard.
Oh, that's what
Yeah,
the scouting report
he's
I was reading said.
more of a 2/3 in my world. He's like 6'7", so I don't think he needs to guard point guards. I'm not super concerned with that.
The argument is: are you going to go with an athletic where he could have possibly more upside, or are you going to go with a surer thing?
I would say I would not. I love Luka Doncic. I will not say that he's a sure thing.
Okay.
But I won't say that DeAndre Ayton's a sure thing. I won't say that Marvin Bagley's a sure thing.
I'm gonna say Michael Carter. Wait, what's his name?
Michael Porter.
Michael Porter.
Michael Carter Williams.
Michael Porter Jr. is a sure thing. That's my guy from this draft.
I will not say that because his injury track record already terrifies me. He's had like multiple like serious injuries already, and that's a huge red flag.
Got him out of the way. Now he's a robot.
Gotta get him out of the way.
Gotta get him out of the way. Gotta get that first
Get
ACL.
him out of the way
Just
early.
like the first Tommy John surgery. Gotta get it out of the way.
Gotta get your first ACL tear out of the way before you can really play.
Yeah.
Then you're not worried about it.
A guy that we haven't mentioned, and a guy that absolutely, again, is not a sure thing, Trae Young is probably one of the most polarizing prospects that I can remember. There's people that think that he might go as high as number 3. I've also seen him go not in the top 10. Trae Young, I don't know what to make of him as a prospect. He's a guy where there's a lot of things there's a lot of like flashy things that'll like he has great highlight tapes.
Yeah.
Basically, Trae Young has great highlight tapes. He is a great highlight tape player.
But you should also watch it with his turnover tape.
Yes. His turnover rate, I'm glad you mentioned that. His turnover rate when he is the ball handler in pick and rolls is like 20%. He turns the ball over a crazy amount because he's undersized. He's not particularly fast by NBA standards.
He's OC as hell.
Yep, he has a little bit of a loose handle. So, I mean, you see shooting 30-footer threes and draining them, and he's got unlimited range, and he's a fun player to watch. He is. But there's a lot of things about him that concern me. I'm not a fan. I don't know. I think there's a lot of holes in his game.
He's also about 4 or 5 inches shorter than what they list him at. I don't care what anyone tells me.
Well, this is where you
he's
got
like 5'9".
You got to take into
He's
account.
Isaiah Thomas.
Is he only 5'9"?
No, he's listed at 6 foot, 6'1", something like that.
6'1" or 6'2",
But
I saw.
he plays smaller, if that makes sense.
His hair makes him taller. He's got like Kramer hair.
So what you got to take into account are these things that can be taught. Are these things that can be
To be taller?
No, I'm talking about his turnover rate, his looseness with his handles. Are these things that can be taught and built upon?
I think it's like kind of a Brett Favre thing, where like he needs the like craziness in order to be successful. Because without that,
Well, yeah, you still need it, but you still need to have proper handles,
Like,
keeping the ball tight,
if you think they'll rein him in a bit,
rein him in. It's something that has to be taught. Is he willing to be taught? Is he a good learner? Can you give this to him, and he'll be able to evolve because he's already got the shooting.
I just
and
don't
the
think he's big.
athleticism.
I just don't think he's big enough.
I agree with you, though. I think that for him, Johnny, I think that the landing spot is maybe more important than it is for any other player in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
I think where he goes is going to play a huge factor in his success.
If he goes somewhere and they're not like teaching him like fundamentals, and maybe not be the right word, but they're not teaching him all this stuff, he's not going to develop like he should. If you send him to a good program with even good players around him, good coaches, then he can develop a lot better. This is a person that needs teaching more than.
I agree.
What are the top 10 teams?
Because I as far as like draft order,
yeah,
I can look it up real quick. But because my whole thing is I could easily see him profiling as like an empty stats guy on like an Orlando team. Like he goes to a situation like that and he puts up 20 points a game on 38% shooting, but everyone goes gaga over the box score numbers, and he doesn't actually get any better as a basketball player though. He doesn't become a winning player, like a guy that actually matters for your team.
Are you saying he doesn't want to TW?
I just think he's going to be a guy that doesn't necessarily impact. And we didn't even mention this, but one of my biggest concerns with him is defense. I don't know.
Oh, I thought I kind of covered that with the
but I mean, I'd like to address it explicitly. He's a poor defender. The size is an issue, but to me, also in college, there was periods where it looked like he didn't really care about being a good defender either. Like you can put forth better effort than he did a lot of times as well. He's definitely a go for the steal, try to play the passing lane, kind of defender. And that's fine, again, for highlight tapes, and it leads to flashy plays. But that's going to get you beat more often than not in the NBA.
Cannot do that in the NBA.
No. So, here we go.
Or the WNBA.
If he's got the athleticism, anybody can be a good defender. Not anybody, but you can be a good defender if you raise your defensive awareness and you put more effort into defense.
I was going to say effort.
I think you can be at least a capable defender, typically.
And that's all you need to
assuming be. Exactly. Assuming you have some of like the basics.
Because James Harden can even sometimes play defense when his heart's in it.
I think we saw it this postseason.
We did.
Absolutely.
Hey, by the way, did you guys see the commercial with Trae Young in Foot Locker?
I have not. No.
Shouts out. Check it out on YouTube.
I saw there was also a LiAngelo Ball one.
LiAngelo Ball one was really, really good.
I'll check that out as well.
I'm not going to spoil it, but everyone at home should check that out. Foot Locker commercials. I'll give them a plug because it's always a good commercial.
A classic. All right, so the draft order. Quickly run through here. Number 1, Phoenix, as we mentioned. Number 2, Sacramento, also mentioned. Number 3 is Atlanta. Atlanta is another Doncic landing spot. I've also seen Trae Young to them, which would be...
Wait, who?
What's that?
Trae Young?
Yeah, to Atlanta, which would make very little sense to me.
They got...
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure why they would do that. So... Number 4, you have Memphis, who is having a really hard time getting people to work out for them. Mohamed Bamba refused to and told them point blank he would prefer to not play there. And as a result of that, they seem sort of motivated to move their pick. Memphis has been linked in a few different discussions to trade down, typically attaching the number 4 pick to Chandler Parsons, which is pretty smart in terms of trying to get yourself out of salary cap hell where they are now. Because you have Chandler Parsons making $49 million over the next 2 years. You have Mike Conley making 90-something million over the next 3 years.
Who the hell would want to give up their pick for Chandler Parsons?
Well, you're doing it to get the number 4 pick.
Yeah, I was that's say.
That's how like a good GM would try to maneuver this situation. Like you attach a.
I thought it was the other way around for some reason. Sorry.
No,
that doesn't make any sense.
I'll give you Chandler Parsons for the 4th pick.
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
They're attaching the number 4 pick to Chandler Parsons to make him movable and also be able to still get something.
Don't act like you never played GM mode in 2K.
Yeah.
Why would you? Why would you
called.
want to get rid of the 4th pick though?
It's not. I mean, it's not necessarily that they're trying to get rid of. Like I said, it's more of an issue. Like they're looking to trade down. They want to stay in the top 10 because I'm sure Memphis, like a lot of other teams, thinks that this draft is very deep, and they probably have 8 or 9 guys that they'd be totally happy getting. So if you can move down 4 slots to get rid of a terrible contract and give yourself some flexibility, I think it's worth exploring. You know, are you like how in love with Jaren Jackson are they? Do they think that Mohamed Bamba is going to be like if there's a bunch of guys like that. So, you have your Michael Porter Jr.'s, your Wendell Carter's, your Colin Sexton, like I said, to me it makes sense. For another team to do it with them, I'm not sure how much sense that makes. I think finding a trade partner might be difficult for them.
Can't they just hire a bunch of good bookies and lawyers and just make Chandler Parson go away? You know, like, what happened to that contract? Don't worry about it. It's not there no more.
One of the I've seen that they like have preliminary discussions with Cleveland, centering on number 8, and also New York at number 9. Apparently, there's somebody that New York has interest in that they don't think will make it to them at number 9. And Michael Porter Jr. has been the guy that's sort of linked to them more often than not. But yeah, like I said, Memphis, it would not be a surprise to me if they traded out of that pick. But also, it wouldn't shock me if they just couldn't find a partner and they kind of were stuck with it. So that brings us to number 5, where we have Dallas. I think this is as low as Doncic can go. I don't think that he goes any lower than here because Dallas has already basically sort of preemptively done things that would make his transition easier. Yeah. They have like the EuroLeague coach in there now. They started like basically like they've been scouting him since extremely early. Them and Atlanta are the two teams that started kind of running pet plays in the second half of the season that were similar to things that he runs at Real Madrid.
Really?
So they already have things in their like playbooks that he could come in.
He played Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Did he play with Rudy? I thought that's where Rudy went.
If Rudy's there currently, maybe. I'm not sure.
Star like that, of course.
But yeah, those are the two teams that I think he's most likely to go to. And like I said, I don't think he goes any further there. And finally, Dallas actually can get a top 5 pick for their efforts of sucking for it feels like a while now. Good for them.
You think Cuban was down there scouting himself?
In Spain?
Yeah, probably just was in Spain.
I mean, he's got a lot of money.
That's a scouting trip you could talk me into. Yeah, I think you could talk me into.
I guess I'll go to Spain for a month.
Oh, darn. Number 6, you have the always unpredictable at the NBA draft, Orlando Magic. It's kind of like one of my favorite parts of the draft every year is watching the Magic screw up their pick. Like, I really enjoy watching the Magic and not know, like, you'll always, there's all the boards, there's all the mock drafts, and then the Magic will grab someone, you're like, who's that guy? Like, hold on a second.
Shuffling through the books.
Yep. Alfred Payton at number 9? What? I had him like 23rd, but sure, why not? Like,
can you bring up the Magic's past draft history?
Yeah,
just so we
can.
Oh, man.
So we can hear this.
Oh, sure. Number 7, though, brings us to the Chicago Bulls.
Hey.
As a Bulls fan, Johnny, what are your areas of need for the Bulls? Not necessarily a player, but if you were just sort of looking at it like from a roster construction standpoint, what did the Bulls lack last season besides, I don't know, more talented players?
They definitely need a big man. Fellacio's not gonna do it. Cristiano Felicio.
What about Robin Lopez?
Well, yeah, but he's gonna be gone soon. I mean,
I know, I'm kidding.
You guys want to hear?
Well, don't get me wrong. I love Robin Lopez. But,
yeah.
You can't hold on to
I think I'm reading this right. Yeah, Orlando Magic. You tell me, AJ. Yeah, these are right. Last year with the number 6 pick.
Number 6 last year. Hold on. This one, Jonathan Isaac.
Yep.
Which was like a project guy. A lot of people had him around like the late lottery, like 11 to 15 range. So.
And Jesus Paskinitsky.
Okay.
Paskinix.
Bless you.
That's a guy. That sounds like a name.
He didn't go to any college.
Wait, was this their second round pick?
No, this is their first 25th.
Oh, so it's got to be a Eurostash guy. I don't think that this person played in the NBA that last year. So maybe. Who knows?
I can't even pronounce that.
Maybe Orlando's becoming San Antonio East. Who knows?
What about Wesley Iwundu?
Yeah, he's not very good.
What about Ivan Rabb?
He's not very good.
Are these
either.
first round picks?
Those were 2 seconds.
Okay, let's not read the second round picks.
Why? Those guys actually played in the NBA.
Yeah, so they were on their team already. And so if you hit on second round picks, it's pretty nice. So,
all right. There we go. They had Domantas Sabonis.
Who they traded immediately. So that it was a draft day trade.
Who did they 11? Get for Sabonis?
I don't know, because they moved. Because Oladipo was also traded, right? Because Oladipo.
Yeah, he was traded.
Who did they get though?
Some of the other picks.
Give them away.
I'll just fire through Mario Hezonja, Aaron Gordon, Andrew Nicholson.
Oh, that's a terrible pick.
Daniel Orton. These are later picks. Courtney Lee, J.J. Redick.
Oof. So there's a big gap there though. So there's a couple of years where they didn't have a first then, presumably.
Oh man, I gotta go back. Hold on.
What did they get for Dwight Howard? Did they just let him walk?
A bag of balls.
Yeah, they got. I mean, it wasn't a bag
No,
of
they had
balls.
a pick every year.
Yeah, that's
2011 they didn't have a first though.
Okay.
They in the second round drafted DeAndre Liggins.
all right. Because I'm trying to think who like the Oladipo trade when he got traded to Oklahoma City. It was that's right. They got Serge Ibaka in that deal.
That went well for him.
Yeah.
Serge Ibaka played on the Magic?
Yeah, briefly.
What?
Yeah. The Thunder received Victor Oladipo, Ilyasova, and the rights to Domantas Sabonis in exchange for Serge Ibaka.
Dude, why did it take people so long to figure out Oladipo was good?
I don't know, because I thought he was pretty good pretty quickly. Like, I saw a lot of things in him that I'm like, there's something here. Like,
yeah, and even like interviewing him, you could see like he's like working at his craft every day. He's like, I'm gonna get better at this. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna get better.
Wait, so how many teams has he played for? 4?
No, he's played for the Magic, the Thunder, and
now Indiana. Yep. This is just I'm going down the magic wormhole right now because this is reminded. So they did the Surge trade. All right, terrible trade. They clearly lost. Then they signed Bismack Biyombo to like a huge contract, like 4 years, $50 million.
Let's go.
Based on like one postseason performance that he had with the Raptors. So they go and they overpaid for that. Then they signed. Then they gave Terrence Ross a bunch of money. Who doesn't even like play for them really? He's barely in the rotation at this point.
Terrence Ross
the
the
boss.
boss. Yeah, T. Ross the boss.
Terrence Ross is
Shouts
making like
out if he's listening.
$12 million a year to be their 9th man. Like the Magic transaction history is just dark. It's miserable. So like I said, maybe this is the year they turn it around. But I don't.
Is it better than before Giannis Bucks?
Oh,
Before Giannis Bucks are pretty bad.
It's right in there. I mean, yeah.
Why do you make me think of these things?
Oh man, that was hard times. Hard times.
Hard time, baby.
Who was their star?
The Bucks.
I can't remember. My brain blacked it out.
It was like Brandon Knight for a year.
Brandon Jennings.
It was Brandon Jennings. It was Larry Sanders for that one season.
John Salmons.
Johnny Fish Sticks.
Andrew Bogut.
Only for a second half of a season.
Andrew Bogut. C. Joe Dunk.
Yep.
Oh, Joe Alexander.
Big contract for Drew Gooden.
Last star they had was Michael Redd.
Big contract for Dan Gadzuric.
How long did they go without having an all-star?
Well, from Redd until Giannis. Yeah,
Brandon Jennings never made it?
No, there's nobody.
There was like a solid 5 seasons where Bogut was the best player on the team.
Yeah, Bogut didn't make one?
No, Bogut. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure Bogut did not make an all-star team as a Buck.
He wouldn't have made one anywhere else. That was his best run.
Yeah, I was going to say, there was a couple of years, especially, there was like 08, 09, before he shattered his elbow. Bogut was actually a pretty solid player, but that was like the beginning of him getting hurt every 30 games that he plays, including his comical run in Cleveland where he got hurt 5 minutes into his first game and was done for the season.
We don't talk about that.
So yeah, you were saying, for the Bulls though, you're saying a big man is kind of at the top of your wish list.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty fair. I could see.
I think,
in my opinion, for the Bulls, you just take the best player available, regardless of position.
I would agree.
I think you should try for a wing player.
I mean, sure, but you need a wing player. You need a big man. Take the best player available. That's basically what it is.
What if the best player available is a 4?
Well, then move him to the 5 or something. I don't know. Figure out a way to get him in the game.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the Bulls will have a decent shot. As far as like wings,
they're gonna draft Trey or what's it, Trey Young?
Trey Young, they might.
Project.
Another point guard. That's what they need. But I've seen Mikal Bridges, who would follow like the swingman argument.
But is he a shooter?
He's more of a defender.
Okay.
I don't know. I wouldn't say he's a shooter
That's
necessarily.
kind of what they need, I think, is more shooting.
Yeah, I agree.
He's a very, very productive college player, though. Wendell Carter would fit the mold as a big man. I think he'll be in that range. And then if you're looking for another wing guy, I think, again, Michael Porter Jr. is another name that's
what I think.
Could be there in that number 7 range. And I think for the Bulls, I think that actually might be the right pick. Because as much as the Bulls have talked up the core of Levine, Dunn, and Markkanen, I think you need a superstar still. I don't know.
I think Markkanen could be the superstar.
He could be, but we know in the current NBA you need another one. And I don't think Dunn or Levine are ever a superstar.
I think Levine's pretty good. I always thought Levine's underrated.
I think he's overrated.
He's good, but I don't think he can be the second best player on a championship team ever.
I don't think
you're
he can
probably
be
right.
like maybe fourth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bit much. I think he'd be the third best.
He's got to me, he has to improve quite a bit to get to that point. But
So if he was on the Cavs team this year and they still had Kevin Love, would they?
I still don't think they'd beat the Warriors, but yeah, they'd be better.
no.
That's the only goal in the NBA is to get closer to beating the Warriors.
It's the only way that you can win a championship right now.
Like
Currently.
I don't care what conference you're in, whatever. You have to think about beating the fucking Warriors.
And the problem for me was, like, I thought, like, when you said it initially, I was like, who's the second best player? Like, Kevin Love or Zach LaVine? Like, who's better at this point? I don't know.
Yeah, well, the thing about that is that Kevin Love as the second best player just really isn't.
It's not a very good second
It's
best
not a
player.
very-
Therefore, your
second best
therefore your second player is more important than your third player.
Well, yeah, we can all agree on that.
Yeah, that's pretty
'Cause
fair.
That's
Yeah,
your
I don't
second
know where I was
player.
going with that.
Yeah, that just makes
That's math.
that follows logic.
Just wanted to explain my hypotenuse, whatever. Hypothesis is.
Yeah,
So-
hypotenuse.
Number 9, you have the Knicks. Speaking of comical situations that usually screw up their drafts, and rounding out the top 10, Philly. Philly.
What
still
about
has
the
a-
Kings? Did
Phil-
we mention them?
They're number 2. Yeah,
Okay.
they're way up
They're
there.
gonna fuck it up.
Yep. Philly.
I can't wait.
Philly still has a top 10 pick, so that's pretty interesting. If somebody falls to them, I could see that being a pretty good thing. So, I know that you're a big fan of this, Gonzo.
Yeah.
NBA player comparisons.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
So, I'm gonna go through the top 10 on Hoops Hype.
Do they have like the pie charts? Can you describe the pie charts?
No, there's no pie
this is just a comp.
Oh, okay.
So, for DeAndre Ayton, NBA comparison, David Robinson.
Wow. Holy crap.
So,
Dude.
Hall of Famer.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
Dude.
Hall of Famer.
Wow.
Number 2,
I
they have-
drafted number 1.
Yeah, no,
Does
no,
he come from a military family? Is that why?
I don't think so. No, I think
Kind of like the.
pretty sure his family got like a cash envelope for him to go to Arizona, so I don't think so. Marvin Bagley, NBA comparison, Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh, okay.
Wait, you got to tell us what you think of these comparisons too. 'Cause
So far, if I thought it was outlandish, I would say something.
Okay.
Here's one that.
wait, hold on. So we didn't analyze that one. Chris Bosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty good.
that's good. I mean,
Yeah,
for a
that's
guy,
pretty good. Yeah.
for another guy, that's. I mean,
You agree?
Yeah, I think that's.
Because
think
I don't
it's
watch
pretty solid.
college, so I'm kind of looking at you a bit.
Here's the one that I think is too accurate, and I think this is really harsh, and I'm not a fan of this player. For Trae Young, they have NBA comparison, Mike Bibby.
Mike Bibby's not bad.
It's not what you're looking for with a top 5 pick, though. Like, no one's in the top 5. Like, oh, I sure hope we get the next Mike Bibby. Like, that's.
I would.
I
Yeah.
think you're hating on Mike Bibby right now for
Yeah,
no
what a
reason.
Mike Bibby hater. You see Mike Bibby? He'll whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Mike Bibby's fucking jacked.
And
Have
then
you seen it, Johnny?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Then he'll clang 3-pointers because he's too jacked.
He's fucking
Just like he always did when he was in the league playing for Atlanta at the end.
This guy's a Bibby hater.
Mike Bibby's not that good of a player.
King's Mike Bibby was a fucking stud.
Yeah. Number 4, Jaren Jackson. NBA comparison, Jermaine O'Neal.
What?
Yeah, I think he's got to fill out plenty.
I thought he was a 3/4.
He's 6'11",
okay.
he's power forward. But yeah, I think that's a little. I don't know. I mean, I guess Jermaine O'Neal. Like Jermaine O'Neal's career, I guess good Jermaine
Which
O'Neal.
Jermaine O'Neal, though?
Yeah, good Jermaine O'Neal.
That's why I hate these
A good
things.
comp.
Jermaine O'Neal. Well, Jermaine O'Neal had a few seasons where
Jermaine
he was really
O'Neal
good.
at his worst.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
That's a G League player.
I don't want that at all.
Jermaine O'Neal when he's getting overpaid at the end of his contract.
Yep, for sure.
Like, God damn it.
This one, I'm pretty sure that Hoops Hype actually was spying on me. For Luka Doncic, they said NBA comparison Tony Kukoc. So that's
You read this
that
list
one.
before.
That
You
one.
read this
yeah.
before.
Of course,
That
guys
one,
read this list 3 times.
Yeah, that one. I mean, I've seen the comp elsewhere. I think it's. I mean, they're both European, so I guess maybe it's
There
just
you
kind
go,
of
you
the
got
lazy,
it.
And more importantly,
it's the
they're both
lazy.
white guys.
It's the lazy
Yeah.
white on
Well-
white. It's the lazy white on white.
do we
White
have
guys.
any interracial?
I'll let we'll see here.
No, you can't do that. White guys got to be compared to white guys. Europeans to Europeans. That's just how it's been. That's just how it's worked for the past 20 years.
Oh, this one might be controversial for Johnny.
Who would
Oh,
Latinos
no.
be compared to
Who the what?
if there's a Latino player?
There's not much to go off of. European, I guess they
Robin
fall
Lopez,
into. Yeah,
Brook
like,
Lopez.
they just
that's
fall
one
into
of the two.
Jorge Gutierrez.
Jose Calderon.
Yeah.
Jarvis, Grievous Vasquez.
JJ Barea.
See, look, we're getting there. Roddy Bobois, maybe. So, Mohamed Bamba, NBA comparison. Rudy Gobert.
Okay.
Rudy Gobert.
Huh.
He's got more of a jump shot than Rudy. That would be my biggest qualm with that is
I thought he was smaller.
6'11", so he is a little
Rudy's
smaller.
like 7'1". Yeah,
7'2".
yeah.
You gotta give us wingspans.
I'm
I
sorry.
need the wingspan.
I need a wingspan. These height stuff ain't doing. What are you 6'11" guy with stubs for arms? What the hell?
You
do
got a
see?
6'8" wingspan. What is this guy doing out here?
Yeah,
Get off
what's
the
he doing out
court.
here?
Pretty unlikely that an elite NBA prospect would be 6'11" with stubs for arms.
You'd be surprised.
I feel like that might have been a glaring weakness in his scouting report.
Call him
This
stubby.
guy's got stubs for arms. What is this?
You should.
Unbelievable.
I'm gonna look it up.
Which NBA players have stubs for arms?
Yes.
He's got stubs for arms.
Stubs for arms.
Don't dread this guy.
I'm gonna power through the last few here. Mikal Bridges, NBA comparison. Otto Porter. I think that one's pretty dead on the money. I guess he's a productive
He's gonna
college
be
player,
overpaid.
multi-year college guy. Yeah, I could see that one. Wendell Carter, NBA comparison. Al Horford. Solid bucket getter.
These are all solid players.
Yep.
My phone is
Gonzo's random ads.
What are you playing music in the background
No,
for?
I'm not. It's an ad on my phone.
Pop up ad on the
Ad for a
phone.
dog? What is that?
I don't know. I was just.
Buy this dog.
Brutal.
My phone has so many viruses. Man.
Unbelievable.
It's insane.
Ooh, Michael Porter Jr. NBA comparison. Joe Johnson.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah, me too.
I mean,
You like
wait,
that?
is it this year, Joe Johnson?
I think it's 7-time All-Star Joe Johnson.
It's
so.
age 36 Joe Johnson.
Oh man, barely gets off the bench, Joe Johnson.
Yeah. But when he does, he's probably still not going to do anything.
And then, oh man, this one's a little mean. I don't know. Last, and I guess maybe one of the least ones. Colin Sexton, NBA comparison. Eric Bledsoe.
What's wrong with that?
I mean, I guess maybe if it's Eric Bledsoe, like if he had a brain, that could be a good NBA
If
comparison.
I only had a brain.
But yeah, I mean, those are they're pretty kind with their NBA comparisons. I think we should have more harsh NBA comparisons.
They should. They do it in 2K.
There's
There's some really harsh ones
Yep.
in 2K.
This guy compares to Roko Ukic. Like who? What?
Dude.
Gustavo Ione.
My favorite is when it's like Tyler Johnson.
Yeah, like his,
oh,
ceiling,
it's
his,
gonna be
ceil-
Tyler
his
Johnson.
ceiling and his floor are the same player. This guy,
He's gonna be Tyler Johnson.
yep, this guy could be as good as Jose Calderon or as bad as Jose Calderon.
So in that case, like, well, that's
Yeah.
prime Jose Calderon, and this is like this year on the Cavs, Jose Calderon.
Like, why is this guy in the league, Jose Calderon? They should. I'm just saying, when we do NBA, can we? I'm starting the movement now. When we do NBA comparisons, give me a range of years. God damn it. Okay, I've had enough of these lazy. A player is not the same for his whole career.
Or just tell me at the beginning, like at their peak,
Right.
Like Ray Allen at his peak. So
Yeah.
everyone you tell me there'd only be one person, but anytime I see this specific person, they just have the banner at the top, or they put it like a key at the bottom, and they're just like at their best.
Yeah,
At their prime.
like I said, for me,
Like a little asterisk at
Yeah.
the best.
yeah. Because
Gerald Wallace,
like,
that is worse.
because like the Chris Bosh comparison, what era of Chris Bosh we're talking about? Fairly important. These are
Yes.
two really different players.
Yeah, they really are.
Toronto Chris Bosh and Miami Chris Bosh are like very different in terms of what they
drastically
did.
different players.
Yeah. So I'm starting it now. I want more specific NBA comparisons. I'll
That's
pound
right.
the table for it.
You tell them.
I'll pound the table. All right.
You tell them. Let's
Dang
start
it.
the petition. Hashtag
Shoot.
I want more specific.
Yeah. That's
NBA
hashtag more specific NBA player
Hey,
comparisons.
you guys, shouts out Gerald
Hashtag.
Wallace.
Yeah. Hashtag that.
Shouts out Gerald Wallace.
Oh yeah,
For
shout
what?
out to Gerald Wallace.
Being
Shouts out
alive
Gerald
and
Wallace.
making a bunch of money after he wasn't good anymore.
Just shout out to Gerald Wallace.
All right, Gerald
Yeah, just
Wallace.
shout out Gerald. Why are
If
you
Gerald-
burying Gerald Wallace? One of the
If Gerald
man.
Wallace is listening, I guess shout out to
Can we
Gerald Wallace.
shout out that whole Bobcats team? Shout out to Steven Jackson.
to the
Oh,
team, the
man.
Bobcats team that made the playoffs once and got
Hey.
swept?
Oh yeah.
Wait,
those
what?
guys hold
Shout
so many
out.
records, man.
Because there's no other Bobcats playoff
Steven
teams.
Jackson and Gerald Wallace hold almost all the playoff records.
The Bobcats only
Stars.
existed for like 5 years.
They're
They
still,
made the
those
playoff
records
once.
went somewhere.
I don't. Sure. I
Did they
guess.
go to Charlotte
I
Hornets?
thought the Hornets got their own history back though.
But
Oh
then
yeah,
they
no, they went to the
Pelicans.
Pelicans.
The Pelicans now is
Yeah.
that what it is?
No, that doesn't make any sense.
That's what they did. They went to that
Honestly,
team.
I
Is in
thought
New
I
Orleans
thought
now.
Charlotte. I thought the Charlotte Hornets have the Charlotte Hornets history again.
I'm pretty sure the Bobcats went to Nolans became the Pelicans, and then the
No,
Hornets.
no, that's not what happened at all.
The Bobcats just became the Hornets, but I'm pretty sure the Bobcats got the Hornets history. I think. Kind of like
think so.
you know, the Thunder don't have the Sonics history, right?
Yeah, they do, don't they?
They do not. That was part of the agreement of them leaving Seattle. The Thunder do not have any Sonics history. It's like the only nice thing the NBA did for the city of Seattle in that entire deal.
Damn.
I've read that Wikipedia article several times.
Man, Seattle's got to get a team, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know. It's still like a glaring... Every time, like, it's just... I think Bill Simmons still refers to them as the zombie Sonics. And, like, part of me, like, still think... Whenever I see the Thunder, I'm like, it should be the Sonics, though. Like, there's always, like... First of all, the Sonics... Seattle fans were always, like, amazing. Like, that was always one of the
jersey
best...
would be so much cooler than the fucking Thunder jerseys.
You know, every time...
Hold on, pause. Shouts out to the gray one. The gray one was pretty dope this season.
Gray one's all right, but still not as good as... Man, the Sonics jerseys
the
are
Sonics
so
jerseys are banging.
classic. Like, it's a travesty. It really is that there's no team there. But I don't...
Don't worry. In like 5 years, when Russ ain't there no more and the Thunder are bad, let's start thinking about moving them back.
When Clay Bennett solves the team, basically, would be the biggest issue.
Or dies.
When fans aren't showing up
I'm
anymore.
just being real. I mean.
Yeah, for sure. So, the draft always leads to some of my favorite things. And by favorite, I mean horrible cliches. So, you know that you're going to hear a few different things on draft night. You know, a team is going to say, we can't believe that this guy was here. He was number 1 on our board, and we got him at number 13. They're going to say some ridiculous things that aren't true.
Happens every draft.
Yep.
In the NFL draft, Mel
you
Kiper
say
says
it
that all the
about-
time because he's always wrong.
Don't you always say, we can't believe we got this guy here? Like, you have to say it. You can't be like, knew this guy would be here. We knew no one else thought he was good, so we knew he'd be here.
There's just times
We thought he
where-
was going to go 20, so we picked him 10.
There's just times where it's so disingenuous, though. Like when the Bucks took Thon Maker and no one else had him as like a first round grade. Bucks like, we are pleasantly surprised we got like, are you? Like you were surprised that Thon didn't go in the top 9?
Maybe they wanted a surprise and didn't talk to other GMs.
I think that was true for most of John Hammond's tenure. Actually, pretty sure that was the way that the Bucks operated. But what are some of your guys' favorite draft cliches? Whether it's NBA, NFL.
Ooh.
I mean, I guess it's pretty much the only two that would be like those MLB draft cliches.
Oh man,
Sick of
man,
them.
Dad's gonna be upset. We just breezed right past the MLB
I'm
draft
sorry.
cliches.
Him and the other 14 people that watch the MLB draft can tweet at us. I'm sorry.
Do they air the MLB
They
draft?
do.
They're on the MLB network.
Yeah, on the MLB network.
okay.
To be fair.
Okay, yeah. That makes sense, yeah.
Yeah, because that way, like I said, the dozen people that give a shit can watch it.
Dad's watching.
I know he is. You know, that's,
Fucking piece of shit.
I'm still gonna bury it though because it's a terrible television product. It's not even in front of people. It's just in their studio. They don't even like. There's not even a crowd.
There's
to, like,
no audience.
No, it's not like there's like boo or like yeah. It's just
are
like,
people even there?
It's just like Kevin Millar and Pedro Martinez just like, oh yeah, it was a good pick. All right, yeah. And they move on. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Do they like cut to the person like at home with his family? Or?
Sometimes
They're always in the Brett Favre
but sometimes because they do the draft while like the college season's still going on. So sometimes it's like, Jared is pitching for Vanderbilt tonight against Cal State Fullerton is not available. Like, so like, and also you're not going to see any of these guys for like 3 years. So who cares? Like, they might suck. They might be the next Mark Apple who never even made it past like Double-A.
Mark Asshole.
Yeah, he was. He was a son
He's
of
a
a bitch.
real Mark Asshole, isn't he?
But what are some of our favorite cliches? Like I said,
High motor.
high motor for white guys for
High
sure.
motor for
Great
white guys.
intangibles.
Intangibles.
That's just a good-looking guy.
Intangibles is just like, I like this guy and I don't know why.
No, Intangibles is just a good-looking guy.
Well, I mean, that's an inside joke for just us, but
No,
I mean,
that's true.
that's
Johnny, you
not-
told me.
It's not what intangibles means.
What did we get that from? Like Vinny Del Negro had
Yeah,
high
because Vinny Del
intangibles or
Negro
something?
had high intangibles as a coach.
He's a good-looking guy, so they must have.
And I kept asking you, why does Vinny Del Negro have good intangibles?
Because they didn't want to say that he was they didn't want to say he was an F at everything, so they had to be like, there's the things you can't tell. That's what he's good at.
Like how good looking he is. You can't tell him that.
Vinny's really good at card games on the airplane.
Well, I do let's take a step back. I do like the intangible stat. I would say players.
See, you don't know what it is.
No, it's like doing the
Well, by
doing the little
definition,
things.
you can't. It's not tangible.
It's not
That's what it
tangible.
means. That's what the word means. Of course, you can't quantify it.
Stuff that doesn't get written down.
I need an advanced stat for tangibles. I need all the tangibles. I want it boiled down to one number. And I can be like, this guy is a 7.8 tangibly. That's what I'm interested
what I
in.
want.
That's what I want.
Isn't that player efficiency rating?
But they
No.
do it in 2K. They get a letter grade.
There's so many. Yeah, it's true. That would be
An
good.
overall.
An overall tangible. It's just an overall. I want to know how tangible he is. I'm sorry. I'm fired up about these tangibles. I can't get enough of them. I love tangibles. They're exciting.
I think that's a fruit.
That's tangerines and tangibles. That's the name of our next podcast.
We talk about fruits
We just
in
talk-
words we like.
Like, wow, I like peaches. Yeah, I like beaches. Those sound similar. That's cool.
I like onomatopoeia.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a word that describes words that are just sounds. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That is a cool word, right?
Zoom.
Yeah.
Johnny,
Bang.
What's the longest word you know?
Boom. That's for me. It's boom. 4 letters. In and out.
Boom. Big word.
That's the biggest
You ever
word I
played
know.
Words Against Friends against this guy?
I'm terrible at it.
Just keeps trying to write boom.
Yeah. Or
I don't know where he gets all those.
sometimes I try to flip and write moob, and they tell me it's not a word. But I'm like, it's man boobs. It's moobs. They don't believe me though.
I play a lot of trivia games over the computer. I just type Tom Hanks and have it ready. So when the question goes, I just smack enter Tom Hanks right away.
Do you have?
It's never worked, but sometimes it's good.
Do you have
One
like
of these times-
dissociative personality disorder? Do you think you're really Tom Hanks? Do I need to like call a wellness check for you?
No, we're here. We're doing the wellness.
Do you
check.
often wake up like next to a volcano or in the city of Philadelphia?
Or with a beach ball?
Yeah. He did have a beach ball, didn't he? He had Wilson. He did have a beach ball. He thinks he's Tom Hanks. Johnny legitimately did. That's true. Johnny actually thinks he's Tom Hanks.
Oh, God.
This is scary. This is upsetting. I'm worried.
You kind of dress like Tom Hanks.
Yeah, you do. We said you dressed kind of like Tom Hanks earlier.
I said Jerry Seinfeld, but it's more Tom Hanks.
Now that we're looking at it through the right telescope,
You're definitely Tom
this
Hanks.
guy's dressed like Tom Hanks over here. I don't know. I think it's not really an insult though.
No, Tom Hanks is a good dresser.
Yeah,
But,
he's snazzy
but why are you dressing like him?
because he thinks he is.
I aspire to be
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
Oh,
This guy's out here
so
swaggering.
you call yourself Tom Hanks?
Well, sometimes I forget that I'm not Tom Hanks. Like when I have dreams, I'm having Tom Hanks dreams where I am Tom Hanks. Then I wake up, I'm like, well, here I am, back at it, Tom
like,
Hanks.
where's Meg Ryan? I need a star in a rom-com ASAP.
Takes me about 5 minutes to realize that I'm not Tom Hanks every morning.
Oh, that's
How
alarming.
can you tell?
Have you
Like,
talked
what's
to
the
your
first sign?
Have you talked to your doctor? Like, are you okay? I'm concerned, man. I need.
Maybe I am Tom Hanks. I'm just playing this Johnny Mantuano role for the past 28 years.
If that's true, then your intangibles are an A+.
Yeah.
I can say.
I
that.
don't know. I think it's a D.
I can say that.
I think his intangibles are a D.
And Tom Hanks has D intangibles. You said I was a Mike Bibby hater, and you're out here giving Tom Hanks D.
I don't know. I don't know what
D
intangibles are.
I don't know what they
I
are
just wanted
either.
to disagree.
But I know goddamn well Tom Hanks is an A+.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
so it is good looks.
No, it's just
I
it's
think
it.
it is.
It's just
I think-
it.
I think
Does this
Tom-
guy have it?
Well, no, it's a different category.
That's part of it.
The only sport
it is part of it.
The only sport you can have it in is wrestling.
That's the only one you got the it factor in every sport.
Yeah, you can
That's
have the it
that's
factor.
another draft cliche. Back to like
He's got the
to
it
bring,
factor.
Yeah, to bring it back on track. The it factor is for sure. This guy's got star quality. Like that's another fantastic one.
Got superstar written all over him.
He's a winner.
He's a winner.
This guy's
What about TWTW?
the will to win. I mean, yeah,
Got
that's
the
for
will
sure.
to win.
It's part of being a winner. You gotta just win. You just gotta have the winners on your team.
What about Gym Rat?
Oh,
Jim
Jim
Rat.
Rat. That's white guy. White guy. I'm sorry. I had something in my throat there. Where are we at time wise? How are we doing? How long do we go?
We're at about 52.
52.
minutes.
All right.
83.
Let's breeze. Let's breeze through some World Cup
Oh,
stuff. then.
never mind. 1 hour.
We're at an hour. All right. Real quick then.
Yeah.
Let's. Johnny, you ready? You ready?
Oh, we're gonna have slap hands for that.
You ready? We're at an hour. Yeah. Awesome. You ready to power through some World Cup shit?
Let's fucking do it.
All right. What are
Wow.
your thoughts? What are you feeling about the World Cup? Huh?
What am I feeling?
Yeah.
We're going to break down
what,
games.
What are some of your takeaways? I mean, do you want to? I have games. I have the groups listed. How do you want to talk about it?
Let's see.
Hold
now,
on. As a soccer fan, can I ask you guys questions?
Sure.
You're the soccer fan?
Well, like as an aspiring soccer fan.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So who's like the top 4? Who's like the big kahunas?
I would probably say Brazil, Germany, Spain.
Maybe
not anymore with
Yeah.
Germany and Spain. Argentina's always up there.
France.
France, of course, is really high. My personal favorite, Belgium.
Belgium looked fantastic in their
Yes,
opening
they
match.
did.
See that.
I picked Belgium.
Tore Panama to pieces. To be fair, Panama might be the worst team in the tournament.
Yes.
Has there been any shockers?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
a ton.
All right.
Mexico beat
Mexico
Germany.
beat Germany right here. Boom.
I told you guys. Didn't I tell you guys?
You told
Mexico's
us.
good.
Mexico is
Chicharito.
good, but Germany's really good.
Wasn't I singing Chicharito?
But Germany is like supposed to be the best.
Like the best, yeah.
And they got beat by Mexico,
What is
which
this?
is, it's Mexico, so it's
What
not
is this,
really-
World War II all over again?
I would
Mexico beating Germany?
When the fuck did that happen? Where the
No, Germany thinking they're the best.
Where was I? Yeah. And then the battle
Mexico
of the Rio Grande. Fucking
Where Mexico defeated the Nazi forces.
yeah, that's where Josef Fritzl came on his horse.
You guys didn't go to public school. You didn't read the same books I did.
He drove the Arctic Canal on his horse.
Dude, they
and he
pushed
went
all
down. He first of all he conquered the Alamo, and that's why we never forget it.
The Alamo was actually
why
under
do you-
siege by Nazis.
By Nazis.
You guys know where the
And
Bermuda
after he
Triangle came from?
What's that?
You know where the Bermuda Triangle came
The
from?
Bermuda Triangle?
Bermuda Triangle.
Oh, I don't. Probably from Bermuda.
No, it came from the Nazis.
The Nazis did it too.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
where we killed all of them.
Oh shit! But after they
Well, the
beat-
Mexicans,
after the
I'm sorry.
Nazis, yeah,
The Mexicans
same.
killed all
Yeah.
the Germans in the Bermuda Triangle. Is that why there's so many mysterious?
Yeah.
There's still war
Well, there's a
vets
lot of
hanging around.
Nazis. There's a lot of Nazi ghosts there, which they're vengeful. They're vengeful ghosts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
why
it
the
does.
Bermuda
Well, because
Triangle.
this is how they
Vengeful
got there.
Nazi ghosts.
You're
After-
welcome. A little
yeah.
history lesson on this show.
After
Thank you.
we're here, yeah, we provide. We're also educational.
We're gonna get on PBS.
After the Nazis defeated the Alamo, they tried to take that shit into Mexico, and they were just slaughtered. They got absolutely just wiped out.
At least they got a beer named after them. We remember
we
the
remember
Alamo.
the Alamo Nazis beer. That's the one.
I thought the Texans were defending against the Mexicans.
I don't know who taught you that, but they're dumb as shit.
That's what I was taught.
Yeah. They're
think
stupid. All right. Sorry, but yeah, the Mexicans defeated the Germans. It was
The
a big,
Nazis.
It was a big thing. No, we can't. They're not. They
yeah.
Not any. We're back to
Not in the
back to
World Cup.
soccer.
Oh,
we're,
yeah.
back,
We're back to
we're back to a
2018.
soccer context.
sorry, I don't know what this is.
I would say that this. I mean, it wasn't like a loss, but this is pretty much to me almost on par. Iceland drew Argentina.
Yep, and this is
What was the
bringing
score?
into a. It was a 1-1, I believe.
Okay,
Yep,
there's
correct.
at least a goal.
This
Yep.
is the big point here. Brings into the Messi versus Ronaldo debate.
Oh,
As
because-
Ronaldo played one of the top teams in the world against Spain, had a hat trick, had a great bender off a free kick to win it. Not to win it, to
Yeah,
tie it.
I would
To
say,
tie
what
it.
did they do though?
To
They
tie it.
tied. They
To
also
tie it.
tied.
To
So
tie it.
Ronaldo's the best in the world because he scored a hat trick in a group stage game.
Yeah, he tied Spain.
So Spain's not Spain. This isn't 2008.
They're pretty good.
They're pretty good.
They're
they
better
fired
than-
their coach 2 days before the tournament.
They're better than Iceland.
They're better than Iceland, sure, but I'm not going to say.
Come on, USA's probably better than Iceland.
I'm not. Well, I don't know about that. Iceland's not bad. Iceland went to what
Really?
the quarterfinals of the Euro.
I hate Iceland. It's where
Iceland's-
all the bad guys are from. Mighty
Iceland,
Ducks too.
yeah, Iceland was like quarterfinals of the Euro. I'm almost
Iceland
positive.
does have the lowest population of any.
Like good team,
any-
basically.
I think I heard the other day any qualifying country in the World Cup in history.
Ever, I could see that
Because they're only 600,000 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I don't think the Faroe Islands have ever gotten in, or like Cyprus or something. Like
What about Vatican City?
never. They get
It's
destroyed.
just the Pope and the
Vatican,
Cardinals.
Vatican City gets
Kick them
carved
out.
up. Yeah. The last.
Does Vatican City field a team? Because
They do
every
not.
country's got a team.
They do not. They do not.
So you're saying the Pope doesn't have a team?
San
full of
Marino.
Cardinals?
San Marino fields a team though, even though that's a country inside of a country.
It is, but the Vatican, so they don't.
Yeah, the Vatican would probably get decimated. Could you imagine them if they were in UEFA, trying to like play against like actual European teams?
They
Wait,
have
does
their
Puerto
full,
Rico have a team?
No, they
Puerto
do
Rico's
not.
part of America, I believe.
Yep, that is
Does
correct.
Does DC have a team?
Washington D.C.
Yeah.
No, because that's not how that works.
But Washington, D.C. isn't in one of the states.
But it's not a country.
It's not?
It's a city. It's not a country.
I didn't know the rules. I thought maybe they could fudge the rules a little bit and get a team.
They got DC United.
They have DC United, yeah. Let's say they have an MLS team, so they have that going for them.
If you live in DC, you get your own soccer team. The Washington DC,
they would get killed. It'd be terrible. What are some other? Oh yeah, Japan beat Colombia.
Yes.
Colombia also had a red card in like the 6th minute.
Can't use your arms.
It was they tried to save a goal with not their goalie, and that's frowned upon.
He forgot he wasn't the goalie, so he stuck his arm out there to save it, and then he was like, "Whoops, I'm not playing goalie today."
He sold it better than Suarez did, though. When Suarez committed the blatant handball, he at least got it with more of his arm. He didn't smack it with his hand.
He got it with his arm, yeah.
He tried. Would
have been a goal otherwise.
Yeah, that sucker was headed straight in.
Yeah, but the problem was that since he did that, he got a red card, and they had to play down a man.
I say Japan got to score a goal off the penalty, and then they played a man down for the next 85 minutes of the game. And they got worn down. Big win for Japan.
Huge.
It really was. That group is crazy right now. Group H, where Poland and Colombia both lost. Those were probably the two teams that I thought were advancing from that group. They still might.
Yeah, who else is in that group?
Senegal. Senegal beat Poland today.
Senegal. What was that all about? I heard some chaos going on in that one.
Yeah, I just assumed that Poland, basically on the back of Robert Lewandowski, would be enough to beat Senegal. That was not the case. Their back line was pretty shit a lot of the game. Senegal was tearing them up. It was, like I said, that's pretty shocking to me that Poland and Colombia both lost.
Wait, how did the game end though? How'd they score?
So there was.
I thought there was a crazy goal where
a guy got injured and he went to the side. And to get back into the game, you have to be called in by the ref.
The fourth official. Yeah.
So he's sitting there waiting to get called in, and a long ball is kicked. I believe that's how it went. And the ref sells him in at the time as the long ball's getting kicked. So the guy's already at midfield, so he just sprints, gets to the ball, and scores it. And the Poland defense.
Was that their first goal?
No, it was their second goal. And the Poland defense didn't know the guy was in or anything was going on, so he just kind of snuck in there and scored on him.
I like it a lot.
It's pretty hard to account for a guy that you thought was injured 5 seconds previously.
Then, whoa, I'm back!
Yeah.
The ref definitely should not have let him in.
That's terrible. I thought that was awful. And, this brings up the other thing, too, I want to talk about. I hate VAR. I think VAR.
What is VAR?
Video assisted replay. I think it's horrible in the context of soccer. I don't like it.
What do they do? Just stop?
Yeah, they do instant replays. It's not
soccer never stops.
Exactly. It ruins the pace of play. I think they still messed up calls. I thought France got awarded a completely bogus penalty in their game against Australia. They went through review. You could see that there was basically no contact, and they still gave them the penalty.
Wait.
So I'm not sure why we're reviewing calls to still get them wrong.
They should definitely take that away.
It's horrid.
The only thing they should review is goal
line technology. That's the only thing I need.
Is there any replay in any sport that you're a fan of?
Football challenges. I like challenges.
I don't like it in football. I like it in baseball.
I don't know what a catch is.
Yeah, I like it in baseball because in baseball I know what I'm looking at pretty much. The only thing I've said before too is I don't like in baseball when guys are sliding. How if they come off the base for a millisecond and the guy just keeps the tag on, then they're out.
I don't like all the sliding rules that no one seems to understand.
Yeah. But that's just, I don't like the rules. I like the spirit of replay in baseball because fair foul on a home run, just go get it right.
Yeah, but it's already a long game. It takes more time for a long game. I don't like replay in baseball.
You don't like the length of baseball though in general.
I don't like the length of baseball.
And you're not really that big of a baseball fan.
I'm not.
So this is my argument to why it doesn't matter because you're not,
I would say
you don't watch less baseball because of it.
Yeah, but I
would say more baseball fans agree with me that the replay is taken away from the game. Because baseball is another one of those games where it's kind of like a classic. You don't want this video replay to slow down the game. You just kind of want the umps to have a little bit of say in the game as well, if that makes sense.
I guess, but I don't want that say to be just blowing a call. That's because baseball is a lot of other than balls and strikes, which is going to be contentious, until they replace them with robot umpires. That'll be falling over. They'll be falling over left and right. But that's why to me it's baseball is just I don't know. It is or it isn't. It's fair or it's foul. You're safe or you're out. Soccer is much more subjective, and it is much more of a referee's decision. In those moments.
What about offsides calls?
That kind of is or it isn't too. Typically, I think that's.
I wouldn't mind if they could do an offsides like really quick.
Yeah. There's no reason, because when they, if there's a I at home could watch it on TV, they do the one replay, and you're like, yeah, he was on. Or no, he was off.
It takes 5 seconds.
It should not be any longer than that.
So
with the
what
amount
else
of
do
cameras.
they challenge?
They can challenge, it's basically penalties for the most part, right? If they get PK, that's what I've seen.
And there's nothing else.
Yeah.
That's everything. That's all the calls.
But it's really long. It takes forever,
Why?
and they still don't get the calls right.
You shouldn't be able to challenge penalties.
You don't challenge, but they're automatically reviewed, which is worse because then there's more of them. I'm not gonna say it's ruining it for me, but it definitely to me takes away from the spirit of the game more than any other form of replay.
It is definitely the worst sport you can have replays for.
Yeah, I think it makes the watching experience awful. All those controversial replays, those very controversial golf replays.
My favorite is the lady, I think we talked about it this weekend, the lady who snitched on the golfer.
Oh, yeah, the one, yeah. Well, that's happened a couple times.
It's
happened a couple times where somebody's watching at home and they'll be like, oh, that was an infraction.
He didn't sign a scorecard.
And they'll text or tweet at the PGA and snitch on somebody. I'm like, you should get him. That's a scorecard. That's a 5-stroke
penalty. Guys have
penalty.
lost tournaments.
Yep.
Did you see what Phil did a few days ago? Phil Mickelson in the U.S. Open.
No.
Well, the course was they really dried it out. It was kind of like a.
They tried to make it super fast, and
it was kind of like a carnival course, is what people referred to it as. Yeah, and the golfers hated it because it would do stuff that wasn't natural. It was kind of like playing mini golf. So one time, Phil, he putted it, and it missed the hole. I think he re-putted it back the other way, and it just kept going.
Yeah,
just kept going and going. So he walked over there, and as it was still going down, he just putted it back in.
Yeah, he got
in pretty big trouble for that. I thought it was funny.
That's amazing.
I thought it was funny. People were like, he should have been kicked out of the tournament.
Oh my
Whatever,
God.
He was gonna lose anyway. It wasn't
close. He was.
Was he 23 over par at that point?
Out of it.
Yeah, I was like,
dude.
It was looking at those scores, man. That was ridiculous.
Can we talk about that because we had a difference of opinion?
The U.S. Open.
What did you? Hold on. What do you think? You like it? Or you don't like it?
Like it this year or what?
Yeah,
in general too, because it's typically do you like the crazy scores you see?
I like that it's harder. I don't like that they intentionally make it harder, by drying out the course or making it ridiculous. I would like them to have harder courses, but in a good way, where I don't know, it's hard to describe.
These guys are so good, that's how you have to do it.
I know, but it's just not normal how they made the course. Still have the ball bounce normally and have everything run normally, but just make it a little bit harder.
Make a narrower fairway, and more you can have more hazards. I don't need a green where the best golfers in the world are 4-putting.
Yeah, so something where the course isn't going to get you. You have to mess up on your own.
Yeah. There's no way the best players in the world should be having a tournament where they're 20 over par. That's stupid.
It shouldn't be you played it well in the fairway, but since the course is weird, it rolled off the fairway.
Right.
It should be you made a good shot. Good.
Yeah, because you have a fairway that comes to just a point. There's two 45-degree angles, so if it doesn't rest on the dead middle, it goes into the rough. It's like the Happy Gilmore fucking mini golf course. It's terrible.
I think that it's fun. It's fun to see guys struggle, and
it's
fun to watch how these guys handle it, and see how they would take different shots, and it humanizes them to an extent. I feel like it's almost similar to an NBA All-Star game where guys are just horsing around. Because, it gets to a point where you're
it'd be like an NBA All-Star game if there was, 20-foot rims. Yeah. And the hoop was half as big as it normally is. And if the final score was, 24-18. That's more what it would be like. Because that's not an all-star game out there. It's making everyone look like shit.
But it's fun. It's something different.
It's different. I just, to me, like I said, if I watch golf, I want to see the best guys in the world doing the things that make them the best in the world.
You get to see them do that every other tournament. You can't have one goofy one.
Not at a major, no. Do that a random Sunday at the Colonial or something. I don't care.
But nobody would watch that.
Don't do it for the U.S.
And the U.S. Open has always been a tough one.
Not this tough.
The
British Open's supposed to be on par with it also. They're both
the British are weak. Everyone knows that.
They're both open style courses. So like I said, to me it was too much. It was they were oh, it was edgy, bro. Look at our course.
I didn't see it that way.
I'd like it if You get punished for making a bad shot. Not just you get punished for making a good
Just
shot,
because.
but there's the course. You're unlucky
So what, you
because the
want,
course takes it away. So if you make a good shot, and then you're unlucky because it's a weird course and it takes it away.
So you want 900-yard par fives and stuff, or
No, he's saying smaller fairways and just
Okay.
have harder shots if you miss.
Yep.
And if you get it right, you get it right.
The course should still react like a golf course.
Yeah,
it's not like you're playing on concrete.
Yeah.
I like it.
Because it's
I
just
think
not
it's
how
fun.
it's not. Because like you said, it's like us. It's not though. We don't play on a course like that ever.
I know,
Like, normal
but the
people don't
aspect
do
of
that.
seeing somebody damn, this guy is struggling out there. I've been in the rough. Look, this guy can't even get out of the rough. He's just like me.
Yeah, but there's a difference between struggling and getting unlucky.
Yeah, and just having the course be
man,
designed
let
to
me
make
take
you
my
struggle.
W's, man. Let me.
We're allowed.
Like,
to
I agree. I
We're,
think
I'm
it's
saying,
like-
we're
I'm
allowed
like,
to
hey, I had a
disagree.
round.
We're
Now I
allowed.
can-
We're allowed to disagree with you. All right.
I know.
Sorry,
I'm
guy.
just saying though. Let me have this because now I can go into the bar. If I play a good round of golf one day in my life, I can be like, I have better score than Phil Mickelson.
You wouldn't though, because his bad round is still like a 78
But I'm saying they had plus 24s and
for
shit.
4 rounds.
Oh,
yeah,
shit. I'll
that's
never
the
be that
problem,
good.
right? You'll
God
never.
damn
That's
it.
what I'm saying. It's not that impressive.
I just wanted to use
It's not like
that
they're
line.
shooting hundreds out there in each round. Like that's to me, it was just I just didn't like it. I'm sorry. We got super sidetracked though.
We talked about golf. Who would have thought that?
We
Jabroni
did.
Sports first.
We did. I'm cool with it. It was a topic of conversation.
Yeah,
all
it was the
weekend.
U.S. Open just happened. We can talk a little
Yeah,
golf.
no, and I guess Brooks Koepka is the best shitty course player in the world because he's won back-to-back years now on the mini golf courses. So he's good at that apparently.
Golf will never be the same until Tiger gets in.
Oh, I
That's
think
not
golf.
true.
I think
It's in a
golf
final
might never
group.
be the same then because I don't know that Tiger's.
There's another superstar brewing.
Who?
I don't know. I thought it was Ricky Fowler, but he's had a rough go.
Rory
There's Tiger,
McIlroy
and then
kind of faded too. I think the post-Tiger era is just kind of showing too how incredibly difficult what Tiger did is.
I think it's Dustin Johnson now.
DJ is
It's
pretty good.
What about
Yep.
Jordan Spieth?
He kind of fizzled out. He was
Yeah.
like the man for a year, but
What's the
to
other-
do what Tiger did, to be consistently good for a decade, to win a major every year basically. That's so hard. That is incredible. He made it look so easy. He was winning majors by 10 strokes. What Tiger did is awesome and incredible, and I think now there's a lot of really good golfers, but there's no one as dominant because that's not normal. Tiger's a generational talent. I don't know. Maybe we get another in our lifetime, but we might not. There's been basically him, Arnie, and Jack Nicklaus in the
Arnie
history
Palmy.
of since 1940 basically.
Phil Mickelson maybe on the cusp.
He's not
Phil's
Tiger.
been I know, but Phil's been relevant for a really long time.
He has, but he's not Tiger. He's not in that. He's not even in the conversation of being as good as
What
Tiger.
about Freddie Couples?
Freddie Couples? He's the guy.
Freddie Coppola.
He's a good guy, I guess. He seems like a. What about Steve Stricker? He's from Wisconsin. I like him.
Steve Stricker.
What's your boy, Johnny? What's your favorite golfer?
My favorite golfer?
Yeah.
Besides Tiger?
Yeah, the guy from the thing.
Ernie Els.
No, the other guy.
Oh, Big Easy. I like Ernie Els.
Oh, everybody loves Big Easy.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
The guy from the joke.
Oh,
Sam Snead.
Sam Snead. Yeah,
What?
Big Sam Snead mark myself. I remember playing him. 1969. The
Wow.
1969 Masters. That you remember the 17th hole, that big dog leg left.
Hey,
He went all the way over the pond to the green there.
Hey, before we get out of here, there's a couple things, Johnny. Any last World Cup thoughts? I'm sorry, we kind of.
Yeah, we kind of just.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry,
kind
guys,
of
that was me.
we kind of blew that. First of all, my last question: how rigged will Russia make sure? How far will Russia get because they threaten the officials?
They're gonna get pretty far, but there's only so
Is it
far you can
pretty
go.
obvious?
No, but it's Putin, so yeah.
They'll get out of their group, but
Though they already have basically,
yeah. But it's tough to get past there.
They-
There's only so much the ref can do.
And the thing is, too, the thing that's the worst for them is their group was pretty easy, but they're gonna have to play somebody from Group B, which probably means Spain or Portugal in the round of 16.
Mm-hmm.
That's where if the fix is in, they're gonna have to turn it up a notch for that one.
The fix is in. The fix is in.
Just a couple last things I wanted to mention. Yeah, I think Spain-Portugal, match of the tournament so far.
Yeah, definitely.
That was
Great match.
fantastic game. One of my pleasant surprise matches that I just kind of randomly watched and ended up being really good was Denmark-Peru. That game was a lot of fun. Denmark's goalie, Kasper Schmeichel, stood on his head for most of that. He had 6 saves that were all pretty incredible. Peru missed a penalty. It had drama. I like it.
How about in that going back to the Spain-Portugal game, David De Silva not looking too good.
He was not making a lot of the savas. Yeah,
He was not making a lot of the savas.
that's for sure. Spain in general, man, their back line was all out of sorts. They looked like a mess. I don't know. I mean, they got a few days, but like their coach will have to figure out a lot in a very short amount of time. Basically,
I do think that a couple of Ronaldo's goals were weak. One of them was a penalty. Another one. You know what happened? De Gea just let it go through out of respect for Ronaldo.
Basically, yeah.
He was just like, this is Ronaldo.
Fucking legend.
And he let it go.
Gave it to him.
Ronaldo deserved it.
Yeah. What was another? Oh, yeah, the Uruguay versus Egypt game had the super late winner for Uruguay. That was a fun one.
Yep, that was fun.
Egypt, sadly, Salah got his goal, but they're done. They're out. So that story, so much for that. So much for Mo Salah coming back and doing anything. Iran won on one of the best own goals I've ever seen. Morocco scored an own goal in like the 94th minute, and it was like a diving header own goal. It was incredible. It was off a set piece, and the Moroccan defender like tried to like steer it wide with a header, but he just like perfectly tucked it in the corner of his own net.
It was a great header.
Yeah, it was a fantastic own goal.
Wrong goal, but great header.
Yeah, and also Brazil versus Switzerland, I thought was a really fun match when the two teams weren't busy seeing who could complain to the officials more. That to me took a little bit away from that because I thought it was otherwise a pretty fun match. And it debuted Neymar's new haircut, which is cooked spaghetti, actually.
Not a fan of his new haircut.
No, Neymar's new hairstyle is just if you cooked a bunch of noodles and then put them on your head. That's it. That's what Neymar's hairstyle is.
Cooked spaghetti.
Cooked spaghetti on your head. And then also, this is breaking. We got a Woj bomb like within the last 10 minutes here. This is just like picturing this happening is fantastic. Spurs coach Greg Popovich is traveling to Southern California with the intention of meeting with star Kawhi Leonard prior to Thursday's NBA draft. So Pop is taking a trip to SoCal, and him and Kawhi are gonna have a come to Jesus conversation. We'll see what happens with that.
There's so many hairstyles. I don't know which one is.
You have to search 2008
World Cup.
2018 World Cup.
2018 World Cup hairstyle.
Neymar, Is this your first time using Google?
No, it's just 2018. I don't know what else he did this year.
He played for PSG. That's pretty neat.
This hairstyle?
Yep, that's it.
That's the one.
That's Johnny Bravo.
That's kind of not nearly as much product or well kept.
Well, he's playing soccer. He's getting sweaty.
It's how he looked in the beginning, though. It's how he looked immediately.
He was sweaty right away.
He was sweating in the locker room. It was really hot in Russia.
It is, man.
Any other thoughts, predictions, concerns, questions, opportunities for improvement?
Let's go Knicks.
Let's go Knicks. That's words to live by.
I think that's it. That's it. We're good.
I think we got a lot in there, fellas.
Yeah, we did. That was a long one.
Yeah, we powered through it. We thought this was gonna be light. We thought we were gonna have a light show here.
Light work,
real light. But you want to do one of these like after the draft, maybe? I'm guessing some stuff might happen. Who knows?
Yeah. What, Thursday?
Well, no, not like maybe next week, Friday. I don't know.
Next week.
But after the draft.
Oh, we forgot to acknowledge our missing podcasters here.
We did. We
can shout them out at the end.
We can do shouts out if we're wrapping it up. Yeah, shouts out Trey Monsuano. Shouts out Brian Silky Thusius. Living it up in Memphis right now. Be careful.
Shouts out to G Baby the Flair, the producer, wherever he's at.
Yeah, shouts out Tom Hanks, who's joining us in studio today.
Tom, it was really good.
Yeah,
it was really good.
I really enjoyed my time with you guys today.
It was good.
What is your next project you wanted to promote?
Yeah, Tom, what were you in studio here for?
I'm on Saturday Night Live again.
What?
Hosting SNL for the 17th time. That's incredible. Wow.
Next, when they come back in the fall?
Sometime this year or next year. I'll be on there.
Wow.
Did you already record it?
Yeah. We already did it. We just don't know when it's
not live? What?
Wait.
Saturday night pre-recorded.
Saturday night tape.
Who's your musical guest?
Can't tell you that.
That's a secret. That's a secret. Yeah, they don't just give that away.
You told us it was pre-recorded.
Well, you're right. That's kind of a big reveal.
You can't tell us who the musical guest is?
Guess you're just going to have to wait and see.
What genre of music?
That's what we call in the biz a tease. Look at that, Tom.
Tom, you going to be back with us next week?
You know, I got a lot of stuff. I'm pretty busy.
All right.
We'll see. Well, maybe we'll have Johnny next week. Who knows?
Doubt it.
Yeah. But, shouts out to our co-hosts. Thanks for listening to another episode of Jabroni Sports out there, Jabronis. I'm your host, AJ Firstenow.
Gonzo.
At Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks. All right, we'll see you later, Jabronis.